Hi, I'm Superintendent Dr. Aaron Spence, and I'm so glad that you've taken some time to join me for this next in a series of videos that is designed to keep you informed about our work during this extended closure here in Virginia Beach. You know, we spent a lot of time celebrating our teachers last week, so this week I want to take a moment and start this chat with a huge shout out to a very special group of educators, and that's all of our parents and guardians and caregivers who are supporting our students at home with their learning during this time. You know, you were hired to do a job that you didn't even know you applied for. And I know you didn't sign up for this, but you've been there for your kids anyway. And I said this earlier this year, but you've become first-year teachers overnight, and you've done it with grace, and you've done it with love, and you've done it all while surviving a global health crisis. Now that's a phrase I honestly thought I'd never be saying aloud, global health crisis. I think it really is starting to sink in that the way we work and we play and we study and we live has been forever changed by the things that have happened over the last several months. And I've heard from so many of you who are struggling with the stress that comes with adapting to all of these changes and the challenges of managing your work and home and keeping your child engaged in learning. And I want to acknowledge that nothing about this has been easy or normal for you or for me. So whatever you're doing to cope, however you're managing to get through this really remarkable time in our history, I do know you're doing the best you can, and I also know that you want what's best for your children. I know this pandemic's negatively impacting some of our families more than others, and I do think it's important to acknowledge that. So here's the thing. I need you to know that no matter what your situation is, whether you've got this all figured out or you're still wrestling with how to manage this, we're here to help. And if our school division alone can't be of immediate assistance, then I want you to know that we have community partners who are stepping up every day to help our families too. So if you've got questions about understanding lesson plans or getting meals, using our technology, or finding emotional support, I just please encourage you to reach out to your child's teacher or counselor or your school's principal, because we have supports, we have resources, and we will do everything and anything we can to ensure that your children have what they need to be successful and that you have what they need to be successful. And that includes providing all the support we can for every single family. On that same note, I do usually try to answer a few questions during these chats, and I'd like to do that more broadly today because we have heard from concerned parents who are wondering especially about what happens next. Like many of us, they want to know how their students will be able to catch up academically, considering our current situation. And like all of us, they're worried about what learning will look like next year. So let me try to address those concerns. And let me just start by acknowledging how frustrating I know all of the uncertainty around this can be. I can tell you that without any question, it is frustrating for me. And unfortunately, this isn't like a weather event where we're able to decide as a school division to be open or delayed or closed based on something that's been predicted or that's already happened over a finite period of time. A virus doesn't care about borders, it doesn't care about seasons, and it certainly has no regard for our calendar. So at this point, we just don't know how long it's going to continue to impact our community. When it comes to the 2020-2021 school year, the decision on how education will progress is dependent on keeping our students, our staff, and of course our community safe and healthy. Ultimately, that decision is going to fall to the governor, who's leaning on the Department of Health and who's leaning on the Virginia Department of Education for guidance. But I can assure you that as you are hearing this from me, experts from those agencies are working on what the best plan of action is for our children. But I want you to know that in the meantime, here in Virginia Beach, we are being proactive while we wait for that guidance. My team, which is a team filled with serious and thoughtful and talented experts in education, are working really hard on this. Given all of the unknowns that are in front of us, we're looking at a number of different scenarios for opening the school year. And that could mean face-to-face instruction or online instruction or some blend of those two things. The answer is we really just don't know yet. But when we have clearer guidance, we will be ready. We also know that as a part of that planning, we have to be prepared to help our students recover from everything they've lost during this closure. So I want you to know that we will be here with you and for you, and that whatever it takes, you have my promise, we are going to make that happen. I want to take the last few moments of this chat to ask you to give us feedback regarding anything more we could be doing to get you what you need. Let us know if there's a resource or a support that you're having trouble finding. I know, for example, that some of our special education parents have asked that support resources for them and for their children be easier to find online. Even as I speak, I can tell you that our team is working on that, so stay tuned. And if you have other needs, you can call us at 757-263-1000, or you can fill out the online desk side chat feedback form. As I stated previously, we are working to do everything we can to support your family and your children. I know things aren't easy right now, but if we're able to make something a little more straightforward for you, that's what we want to do. Again, I want to thank you for taking time to join me today. I ask you to take care and to stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.